Here we have a painting by Manierre Dawson, and this is the oldest painting in this exhibition. This is from 1908. It's a very extraordinary and strange painting. It's also a bit of an extraordinary and strange life for Dawson. He was trained as an architectural engineer. He graduated from the Armory Institute in 1909 in Chicago and worked as a draftsman. So he understood precision, he understood drawing, he understood line and detail. But in his painting, he was looking to sort of a new form of modernism that was certainly alive in Europe, and also coming to America, would have come to Chicago in the form of the Armory Show, which he had seen and was quite inspired by. He was also in conversation, he was with other early modernists in Chicago. We tend to think of some of these early modern paintings, early abstract painters, as possibly working in a vacuum, sort of genius rising out of nowhere. It's really not true. Dawson is considered to actually be one of the earliest painters to paint in a purely abstract style. But he was looking at things such as Japanese prints, which were popular at the time, at the turn of the century, with that flattened space and perspective. He was also reading like Arthur Wesley Dow and his treatise on composition, and was in conversation with artists like Arthur B. Davies, who was an early modern painter who wasn't an abstractionist. He painted landscapes and figures, but often with this dreamy, kind of tenuous forms, almost boneless forms, you could say. There was a real dreamlike quality and a mystical quality to his landscape. So for Dawson in 1908, he's giving us a familiar scene, certainly in art history, which is Adam and Eve in the garden. But from there, any semblance, besides the fact of a male and female figure and the suggestion of a tree, and perhaps is that the fruit of knowledge? I'm not quite sure. And this really strays from any other sort of known depiction of Adam and Eve in the garden. And like Abercrombie in this exhibit and other artists who deliberately create these atmospheres, these strange landscapes which appear to have been pulled from the dream world, from the underworld, from some place outside of our reality. Dawson understood that this age-old story, of the fall of man, he felt it could not be depicted in a naturalistic or realistic style. It was a story just too extraordinary for a decorative or naturalistic or Art Nouveau romantic vision. It was something stark. It was something for him strange. It was an incident that happened. For him, it would have been an incident that would have shattered the world, would have taken us out of our expectations of what is real and unreal, and placed us in a circumstance where all of our senses are heightened. We see that in this pink sky and these strange yellow figures and the odd gray landscape around him, that this was, for him, a place like no other place that ever was or ever will be.